Aging, it's something we'll have to deal with hopefully at some point or another. Chris, you just showed a video that Cable Labs produced about a year ago, and it talks about aging in place, and it's a story, and it's a real story. And I want you to tell us a little bit about the background, who the actor was, and we'll have a conversation.
The actor in the near future, A Better Place, was Rance Howard, Ron Howard's father. And interestingly, after the production organization had interviewed and screened a number of possible candidates for the lead role, at the very last minute, someone who knew Rance Howard well recommended that he interview for an audition for this particular opportunity, which he did. And as it turned out, he was the absolute perfect exponent for someone, senior citizen, aging in home, portraying the emotion and the importance of what it means to age in place. And as he opened and closed the segment, to be independent, to know he is perfectly safe, fine, secure, and most importantly, connected to his world in the home.
Yeah, I think he said something about you take away your independence, or something.
As he put it at the end, if you take away my independence, I might just dry up like a leaf and blow away. So that sense of independence, which fundamentally depends on having a connected environment to his family, to his friends, to his medical support community, all are critical to affirming that sense of independence in the home.
And the connectivity, the devices that we're showing aren't out in the future. I mean, that stuff's pretty much here, right?
A number of those devices exist today. Nanobots and their ability to achieve medical success are probably a bit off, but they're technologies that exist or are being rapidly developed that will enable us to take advantage of precisely what we saw in the video, and that's to age in place. More to the point, I call it to live in place in our home, because this isn't simply about my father or your father or Tom Whitaker's father, when Tom mentioned the importance at the end of the session about knowing his father can age in place. It's about how we can live in place and take advantage of these technologies in our own homes, in our workplace, and have that fundamental sense of security and independence that is so critical to all of us.
And from a connectivity standpoint, I mean, it showed the telemedicine, and it showed that screen aspect and ability to connect, and that exists, right?
Well, in terms of fundamental telemedicine, there are companies now, cable operators. In fact, I was just visiting one in Taiwan last week, too, that have technology in the home that allows you to take blood pressure and heart rate, diagnose one's blood sugar level, a series of baseline medical diagnostics that one can self-administer and then can be communicated either to your practitioner, to a clinic, to a hospital, and as importantly, to your family, so they know how you were doing. And the demonstrations they used of the subscribers are not necessarily those who are senior citizens, but also those who are middle-aged and younger, so that there is an operative environment that allows you to take advantage of a number of medical procedures in the home without the need to go to the clinic, without the need to deal with the doctor face-to-face, but you can all do that in a connected way that allows, again, a sense of security in the home, but also on a much more cost-effective basis for our overall medical industry, which, as we all are aware, is hugely expensive.
Well, and especially if you're in rural areas where you don't necessarily have the medical facilities or the doctors or nurses, right?
Yes, again, what the connected home allows you to do, no matter where you are, whether you're in a major municipal area, whether you're in a suburb, whether you're in a rural area, is take advantage of what our networks offer, both fixed and wireless, to get that information to wherever it needs to go. And using Alaska as an example, there's a highly connected environment from some of the most rural communities in the periphery of Alaska, and how connectivity allows them to deal with physicians, practitioners, and specialists in university hospitals around the U.S., not just in Seattle where they started, but elsewhere. Again, the fundamental underpinning of that is the way in which we create those connections.
And those connections increasingly, not only the speed aspect, but the reliability aspect becomes important, right?
While speed is fundamentally important from the standpoint of the increasing volume of data, voice, video, and pure broadband data, it's not all about speed. It also depends on other distinguishing characteristics. How we as an industry differentiate ourselves beyond speed, and from a customer standpoint, deliver increased reliability, lower latency, greater dependability, and create a customer experience that is more than just how fast for how much, but with what quality and with what experience, so that there is a greater focus of the customer on the provider of the service, with a greater sense of confidence, integrity, and assurance that it's not just about the speed, but the overall experience that I'm going to have, both in terms of my fixed network in the home, but also how that's paired with the wireless network within the home, will give me what I am ultimately focused on as an overall experience.
Well, and that's exactly what that video with Ransauer did. It showed an experience. And so, Chris, I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much. Take care, Ken.